Morning, ladies and gentlemen. Eddie Marcus here again. You know, I want to tell you something that I don't think you have heard from many others. You maybe have heard it, but not from many others. And that is this. We spend a lot of time judging, but every last one of us on this earth are guilty. And we really don't have what is qualified to judge another. As spokesman and advocate of basic human rights, my whole purpose has been to find some way in my experience to justify to you, to the degree that you can accept, that there is a God that have prepared the best for all of us, or the worst if we choose. But at the same time, wanting you to be familiar with the fact that there is a choice to do that which is good, recognizing that we have chosen a path which is not so good. We experiencing it today in a magnitude that many of us have never experienced before, and at the same time, just a touch of what others have experienced. So to make a long story short, let me tell you this. When I say we're all guilty, we are here to create heaven or hell. And we don't have heaven, so we must have hell. You see, heaven works for everyone. Heaven works for everyone. Heaven is like life. All of us got life in our bodies. None of us don't. So heaven is like that. Everyone. And heaven is made for those that choose. No one goes to heaven that does not want to be there. These are the requirements to get to heaven. In this life or in any life, that you got to respect the invisible power that is responsible for all visibility. And the one way, there might be many, but there is one we're sure of, and that is to love that power. The only way we can exhibit that is in how we treat one another. All that spiritual stuff, falling over benches and burning up with fire and all that holiness and stuff doesn't mean a thing if your brothers and sisters are hurting. You don't understand God at all, and you're fooling yourself. You see, that is how you and all of us are being judged, how we treat one another. Now, none of us want to hurt and suffer. Every last one of us, wherever we are, we want to be satisfied. Every last one of us want our needs, our wants, and our desires met. Yeah, we want them when we want them. We don't want to suffer for anything, especially those things that we have determined are absolutely essential for our existence. We want it: food, clothing, shelter, education, healthcare, transportation, you name it. We want it, even if it means flying to the moon. And that is possible. Yes, it's possible. But for it to be recognized as divine, that means that every human being on earth must, if they choose to, they don't have to, but if they choose to access any of that for any of their reasons, it must be available to them. Otherwise, they're being denied, and heaven does not deny love. And so as long as we, regardless of where we are, when we see people on the street, when we see people suffering, don't have housing, when we see people lacking education, when we see people lacking health care, for whatever reasons we use, it's an indication that we are fair. All of human beings on the face of the earth. But most those who, like for instance, the United States first is responsible for the United States. And if they can't fix the United States, how can they have any real positive effect outside of the United States? So, America, did you get that? So what I'm saying to us is that we talking about Trump, you know, it's all full of hell. We're talking about the Democrats, It's a little less hell, but hell nonetheless. And I'm talking to you about heaven. I'm talking to you about God. I'm talking about those people that Donald Trump could never bless. God can. I'm talking about those that have been left out by the Democratic and Republican Party all your life, all your history. I want you to know that God can. He made it so simple. He gave you all the resources that you need. Oh, look at him preaching again, stuff I've said 1,000 times, but I'm in it right now. And he made it possible that each of us can engage ourselves. So you don't have to hold your head down. Why? Because you're responsible. You came here to bring something and to give something. And as a result, you get heaven. And what is that? Engage yourself in a career. Something that you love doing. Something that you don't want to stop doing. And I guarantee you will fill up every billet for all of the various things that's done and the new that will come. And it will have the service of the millions of you who have chosen to go in these different directions. And the masses of all the population, creating enough that our borders just run crazy with stuff. Turn nobody away. And then people will have to learn of the God. Now, there's one way you can escape being guilty. And that's committing yourselves to make things right. Make things right. What is right? Everybody. That other stuff, all others, is pure D hell. It's garbage. It's where God has said for all, and the other says, to hell with that, for me or us, and to hell with everything else. Now, you don't really see it like that, or you see it like that, but you've accepted that that's the way it is, but you never heard anybody come and tell you about all participating, and this is your world, this is your heaven. Now, let's say we're not, we like I said, we're in hell right now, a degree of hell. Who knows it will show it by pointing out the hell and advocating for the proper way that everybody can respect. Everybody. And for those who don't, will never change the one who is the new drum major. And the threat of death is the opportunity to glorify the moves that have been suggested. And to take that life makes it real. And every man, every woman, and every child should see that dying for what's right is how you get it. Dying for what's right is how you get it. And when you just give in and bend, you'll never get what's right. You'll always get somebody popping you in your butt. And it's designed that way, so you can wake up. I just thought I'd share this with you this morning, ladies and gentlemen. I want to thank you so very much for giving me this opportunity. And until next time, Eddie Marcus say goodbye for now.